Cheers, everybody. We are back for another edition of Bourbon on a Budget. TJ Pittenger, Brendan Sinone, and Ben Cock from one of the nicest apartment complexes that I've seen in the Tampa Bay area down there. Ben, Brendan, it's review time. We're very excited about tonight's review. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you.
Like a little more excited than I am about this review.
No, I am jacked up. I am jacked up and ready to go.
Up.
I don't get it.
Buffaloed up.
Geez.
I barely know her. All right, let's jump into this. What are we reviewing tonight? This is Brendan's baby child or man-child or brainchild. I don't know. I don't know what the words are.
I don't know whose child this is, but
Brendan, talk about your children. Brendan's children in a glass. I like being off the rails.
I'm going to put this Benchmark Old Number 8 up for adoption. So, first off, Benchmark Old Number 8 totally just ripping off Jack Daniel's Old Number 7, right? Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. They're just trying to Price is Right them. So, this is from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. It is Mash Bill 1, which is Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor. This is like the entry level, the entryest of levels for it. It's about $12, maybe a little bit less for a bottle. It is 80 proof, at least 3 years old. So here's the story behind Benchmark. In 1773, three McAfee brothers named James, George, and Robert left Virginia westward to explore the uncharted territory that would later become known as Kentucky. Traveling by a canoe, the McAfee company eventually followed a native trail overled the... No, that was Buffalo... Oh, wait, there was a Buffalo crossing in there. All right, there was... Oh, they surveyed land that is now home to the world's most award-winning distillery, Buffalo Trace. And this is in honor of these men who braved the frontier, probably died, got gonorrhea, and they named a really crappy bourbon after them.
Let's just leave Brendan full screen the whole time.
Was I full screen? I had to pull down. No, that's why I wasn't as nervous as normal.
Oh, you did a great job.
I didn't know. Thank you.
You didn't know like Jason know.
Yeah.
No, we.
I still don't know if you're lying to me on that. Like I still can't tell.
He said it. Jason said it, and then Jennifer said it. So unless they're both lying about it,
they could be trying to pull our leg.
They're messing with us.
All right, let's jump into this. Okay, on the nose, it does not smell good.
No,
like I'm just gonna be honest.
No.
It's like it smells like kind of
sour.
It's sour.
Sour.
I was gonna say corn mixed with pea. Was what I was gonna say. Like, okay, am I lying though? Like, I don't know. We're here to be honest.
It's corn piss in a glass. Cheers.
Is it not?
It is. So there is this element of it where it's like 20 degrees or 20% away from like being decent and acceptable. But there's this because
20%.
Yeah, they like to being serviceable, to being like decent. Like it's not. This is an offensive nose. Like it's making me nauseous smelling it. I'm not enjoying it. It's very corn heavy. It's very stickly sweet smelling, but there's weird sourdoughness to it as well. And that's what I don't like. It's like it's the sweet stank of it. It's sweet
I want to know what
and
Brad
sour.
has to say about this.
Want to know what who has to say about it?
Brad. See if this is one of his go-to cheap bottles.
Yeah, this is not a good bottle. This excuse me. It'll give you COVID just from smelling it. I think in budget King of the Hill, this is gonna get knocked off really early.
This is the first round one this is the slaughter first round sacrificial lamb bottle. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds a lot like it. Okay.
So I will tell you what though, the palate on this is way better. It's like zero offensive.
There's nothing to it. It's like
right, but it's
like offensive. It's corn cereal and a little caramel.
But it's not offensive though. It tastes like nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just very bold.
Right.
Oh, the finish lasts for approximately 0.012 seconds.
The finish has got like a little like char. The finish is okay, and I'm not saying that because the best part of this is that it's over, although that's true. There's a little bit of Right.
Lemon has that little bit of a little crispness to it. It's kind of like that.
Boy.
I wonder what this performs like as a mixer. Because in theory, if this is a mixer, you're not smelling it, right?
That's true.
And it doesn't. You're not tasting it because
it's 80 proof. Now. What's the proof?
Right.
It's 80
proof.
So as a mixer,
this
tastes
probably
like
just disappears. in,
Right, yeah.
in anything, you know?
Yeah, it's like when you boil water and it turns to steam. This does the same thing. You mix this with something else, and the alcohol just literally leaves.
Goodbye.
It leaves the stratosphere.
2 observations. We hate this. We're flying through this. We're already getting to the finish at 5 minutes in. This is an atrocity.
Quick review. Love it.
Also, I can't believe it beat E.H. Taylor and the Buffalo Madness Taylor. That was quite the upset, wasn't it?
Quite the upset.
Those 5 verse 12s. Those 5 verse 12s are tricky.
You never know, guys. You never know what happens
in a 5
in
verse
March.
12.
Go back and check Tuesday's episode and learn
And see
something.
if Brendan's a liar.
Yeah, the nose
Liar.
on this is the worst. The nose on
hardly
this
know her.
is so terrible, and the palate is not anywhere.
Mediocre. Do you think the palate is made more mediocre by how less shitty it is than the nose?
It's like if you start off with like complete garbage and then you like climb out to mediocrity, that's like freaking such an improvement. So I don't know. Like it's
The poor McAfee brothers. R.I.P.
Yeah, I want to try the benchmark foolproof. Let me try a little bit of samp of that, and then we'll talk about it.
Ben was talking about putting benchmark foolproof. We'll get back to the review in a minute, but again, we've got time to kill here. Ben was talking about putting benchmark foolproof up against Stag Jr.
Yeah,
Okay, let's do it.
We were on a walk today.
You can't find it. Like it doesn't.
Long
exist
walk on the
in
beach.
Florida. Yeah,
it's allocated. So Brendan will have this next pack.
Jeez.
All right. Not a lot going on with this. Do we want to comment any more on the taste? Let me see if I can pull something else out of here.
I thought I got strawberry on the nose at one point, but then it just turns into... All right, so I got a story to tell you guys real quick. So I was driving up to the Carolinas to cover a game. I can't remember what game it was, but I took my buddy. Wayne was with the Tallahassee Democrat. We drove up together, and I wanted to stop. I was in a phase of like stopping at like hole in the wall places and seeing what the Yelpers reviewed, just like get a taste of Americana. And we stopped in
You're
this.
talking about restaurants,
right?
Or like, I didn't know if you meant like
food,
liquor stores.
Yeah, I think they're like hole in wall liquor stores.
Oh no! In South Carolina there were some crazy ones I stopped into as well. But this was a restaurant, so it was an all-you-can-eat buffet in middle of somewhere South Carolina, middle of nowhere South Carolina. And the food was fine. It was kind of what you would expect from an all-you-can-eat buffet in the middle of nowhere South Carolina. But there was this gentleman. He was a portly fellow, and he seemed to have some skin ailments. And he walked by us, and it was this sweet stench that he had. It was sweet and sour at the same time. The only thing that Wayne could liken it to was he used to live in, he was based in Afghanistan. He didn't live there. He was based there, military. And he was by like the leach field that deployed. There you go. Thanks to the troops for supporting us. And he was by a leach field, which is where his barracks was. And he said that's what that guy smelled like, was like the leach field of thousands of American troops. And that's what Benchmark reminds me of, the smell of that guy that reminded Wayne of a bunch of soldier poop.
That's weird.
Soldier poop in a glass.
Very weird.
Yeah. Okay. For the nose is 2 points. Taste is 4. Finish is 1. Cohesiveness and complexity is 1. And value is 2. I don't think that this is going to get a very good score from us tonight, but we'll do everything we can to not have it be the lowest rated thing that we ever had, which I think was Mellow Corn, right? Mellow Corn got the lowest score.
Mellow Corn at least had some proof to it and had. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah,
Mellow Corn got a 4.25.
This is not going to get that. We'll see.
4.125. Sorry. Oh no, Willet Pot still got a 4, an even 4. That's the lowest. No, I lied. Old Tub got a 3.6. That's the lowest. Old Tub at a 3.6. So, all right. Nose, Ben, you get 2 points.
0.25.
0.25. I can't believe. I'm almost shocked you're giving it anything.
I mean, a nose exists. It's just not
0.25 for me as well.
But for the price, the fact you can smell anything at all, no, that's what Ben would do. No, this is a 0 for me. We should be reduced. We should be redacting points. We should be taking points away. Like, this smells making me nauseous. It reminds me of soldier poop.
This is like scotch.
It does have like the shiny, like a blended scotch that isn't very good.
Which is why you should be loving this. This is like an 8 for nose for you.
You know not what you're talking about.
Who knows not what you're talking about? Taste, 4 points for taste. Brendan.
1.
So you're going to call this below average?
This is a below average tasting bourbon. Yes, it's not a 0.
1 is right here. I think 1's the right choice.
I'm gonna go slightly. So Ben, I'm gonna go slightly higher to 1.5, just because it's not bad. It makes up a little points there for me. It's just average. The taste is not offensive. It's just kind of low in proof and kind of dull. So it's below average for sure.
You know, I think
it's
it's 1.5.
yeah. Thank you, Ben.
I think you're right.
I'm right
1.5.
Finish. Ben, keep it.
0.25. 0.25.
Brendan?
0.5. I actually like you get some of the char on it, some little flavor, and then it also reminds me that it's over, which is good. So 0.5.
Yeah, I don't think either of you are wrong here. 0.5. I'll give it a little bit of love here just to, trying to help it out a little bit. Cohesiveness and complexity. I'll go first on this one. I think it's pretty cohesive throughout. It's not complex at all. So 0.5. It checks that box, and so it's a pretty easy 0.5 for me.
Yeah, sure.
Ben?
0.25.
And Brendan?
0.5. It sucks throughout, so it is cohesive.
All right, going into value, Brendan has this at a 2. I have it at a 2.75, and Ben has it at a 2.25. You get 2 points for value. It's $12. $12 for a 750.
Is $12?
Yeah. I mean,
holy crap! This thing is like a 2.
No, I mean, dude, you can get like Wild Turkey for twice the
Like
price and
$8
actually
more
twice the
enjoy it.
price.
And it's 3 times the bourbon.
What's it?
The Old Forester 86, isn't that like $19, $20?
Yeah,
So like
there's Evan
think-
Williams
yeah.
bottled in bond for like $17.
I know it's $6.
even just regular Jack.
yeah.
would blow this
Regular
out.
Jack
And it's-
is markedly better.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
No,
That's like $20. So it's
But you're talking like $7 more dollars.
right,
Yeah.
but on a percentage basis, though, you're gonna
No
it's
way.
like 65%, 70%.
Wild Turkey 101 is going to be like $21, and it would get 3 times the score this got, so it's 300% better.
3 times.
So,
the score
all right,
would be
what's your value?
Possible. I'm gonna go. You guys are gonna kill me for this.
This is dumb. Whatever
I'm
you do is
between-
dumb. Brendan, what are you going?
Yeah, just cut him off. Kick him out of here. It's ridiculous. What are you doing, man? Just say it so we can.
I think
move on.
I'm between 1.25 and 1.5.
I almost dropped the first
Oh my
F-bomb
gosh.
ever on Bourbon on a
Yeah.
Budget.
Okay,
It's
hear
fun to
me
go
out.
back and
Hear me out.
revisit.
Hear me out. This gives you opportunity if someone comes over and they're like, "Hey, have you heard of Buffalo Trace?" And you're like, "Yeah, I got some of their line." And you pull this out.
Just buy them Buffalo Trace.
You can't find it. Where do you get to find it? It's hard to find.
ABC, like
all
once a
have it.
month. Yeah.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find.
It's not that hard to find.
And,
So what
and
did
that's
you-
like $30.
What did he
If
give
you're
it?
buying Buffalo Trace under, I'm gonna get 1.25.
Oh my god.
I think
That's insane.
1.25. It's $12, guys. What they sell Basil Hayden for $40.
And that's almost as good as Eagle Rare, in your opinion.
I'm saying
That's a good point.
1.25. That's the right score.
I don't
It's
think so.
$12.
Brendan,
Well,
my
you
God.
gave it a very below average bourbon. See, this is the
Right.
problem I have with this. It's a
Yes.
below average bourbon.
Yes.
But you gave it an above average value.
Yes.
Like if you
because,
were giving it like
because my bourbon scores and my price scores are so independent of each other
they're not
that
obviously.
if they're below, I could give one lower and one higher.
He gave this a 2 out of 8, so like
Yeah.
25%, and then gave
Yeah.
it over 50% on value.
You
Like, that's
guys
wild to me.
you guys just consider price throughout most of your scoring. problem. That you guys
Brendan.
like, if it's above average, then it has to be above average. No,
Value out of 2.
they're
so
separate.
I mean, I'm struggling to give it like a 0 because I think you probably could throw this in the mixer and it would be fine. But it's 0.25. Like there's almost no way I would ever consider buying. I'm going to dump this out. Like there's no purpose for me to have this in my collection. This is
You
taking
should
up
give it to
space.
somebody.
I'll give it to. No one's gonna want it. I'm gonna try to give it to
Ask
Pat.
somebody if they like
Oh,
Buffalo
give it to
Trace.
Pat for that crappy whiskey he gave us that one time.
Ask somebody if they like Buffalo Trace, and then you'll be like, "Oh, this is same part of it." They'll say yes, and then you say, "Hey, you'll like this then." Value.
So I'll give it a 0.5. I'll give it slightly higher than Brendan did, but nowhere near what Ben did. Takes our final scores. Ben, this might be the first time he was ever a homer to a 3.5. I was at 3.25, which I thought was really, really generous. And then Brendan was at a 2.25. Even with Ben's homerism and Brendan, this is still a 3. This is a composite 3.
Mm.
It's the lowest thing we've ever rated. Do we have a small board?
Small board, yeah.
Oh, could get out of my brain.
You guys are hilarious. You can finish each other's
small brain
sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
Brain.
Yeah, I mean the point of bourbon on a budget
again.
is to figure out what like value is for different, in theory, budget bourbons. And this is kind of going against our namesake. This is as budgety as you're going to get, and I think the point is you could probably spend $5-10 more on a bottle of bourbon and actually enjoy the experience.
It's not that you're asking people to spend an extra 75% on a bottle.
Okay, cut them off. It's done.
That's it. Our mental synchronization.
I don't know why I keep smelling it. I'm not liking it. Oh,
TJ's trying to be still, but he's not still.
Actually, I was trying to be frozen.
I know. Terrible.
Okay. Let it go.
Terrible.
Let it go.
Go check out Tuesday's episode where we had the introduction to the Buffalo Madness, the Buffalo Trace tournament. Got really, really hammered because we all tried way too many things.
Mm-hmm.
Interact with us on social media, which we all really enjoy. It's Bourbon on a Budget everywhere. And please send us suggestions of things to review that are better than Benchmark Bourbon. All you have to do is send it. You could literally just pee in a glass and it's about the same. So anyway, TJ
After
Pitcher,
not drinking, pretty much
Ben Cock. Cheers.